All right, let's get right into it. What a season for FIU football. It all came down to this, a championship. So today, we're going to break down exactly how the Panthers got to the top of the mountain, and, just as important, what they're doing to stay there.
And there it is. After a season full of huge wins and tough, gritty battles, the FIU Panthers are officially on top. They fought their way through a tough conference schedule, and now they get to wear the crown. Yep, you're looking at the new kings of Conference USA. Just let that sink in for a second. 12 wins. One single loss. That's the final record. This wasn't just a good season, folks. This was a landmark, program-defining year that FIU fans are going to be talking about for a long, long time. But you know what? Getting that 12th win was anything but easy. The final challenge was the Conference USA Championship game, and they were up against a Missouri State team that was tough, determined, and came in ready for a dogfight. And that final score, wow, 28-25. It doesn't get much closer than that. This was a total nail-biter, a true championship brawl where every single yard was earned. Nothing was guaranteed in this one. Really, this was a comeback story from the jump. The Panthers actually came out a little flat, and Missouri State took full advantage, grabbing an early lead. But you know what? No panic. The offense came to life in the second quarter, they really took control in the third, and then in the fourth, it was all up to the defense to make one final stand and lock up that championship. You know, in every big championship game, legends are born. Certain players just step up when the lights are the absolute brightest and put up performances that people will remember forever. In this game, this game had a few of those.
So let's start with the guy under center, quarterback Keon Jenkins. He was the definition of cool under pressure, the leader who just calmly guided that comeback with a performance that was absolutely clutch.
I mean, just look at that stat line. The efficiency is just ridiculous. 16 of 17 passing. That is surgical. But what really made the difference, what really broke Missouri State's back, was his legs. He found the end zone not once, but twice on the ground. Those two rushing touchdowns were the daggers. And then you have the ultimate weapon on offense, TJ Snowden. Seriously, it felt like every time FIU needed a big, momentum-changing play, the ball somehow ended up in his hands. The guy was just a walking mismatch. His versatility was incredible. He'd gash him on the ground for a touchdown, and then turn around and beat him through the air for another one. He was a complete nightmare for that defense to handle. But you know the old saying, you can't win a championship with offense alone. So let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball and talk about the man who anchored that unit and made maybe the biggest play of the entire game, Demetrius Hill. The guy was everywhere, leading the team with 8 tackles. But the play that will be on his highlight reel forever is that interception. It was a massive, game-changing takeaway that killed a Missouri State drive and was absolutely critical in holding on for that 3-point win. So, the trophy is in the case. The confetti's all been swept up. A championship banner is on its way. And while it's a huge moment to celebrate, for the best programs in the country, it also brings up a really important question. And the answer is simple. You build. The truly great programs, they don't just have one great season. They build dynasties. They don't rebuild, they reload with talent to make sure that one championship is just the start of something bigger. And for FIU, that process is already in full swing. And that building starts right here. So, let's meet the incoming recruiting class. These are the new guys tasked with defending that crown and trying to push this program to even greater heights. And you can see the star power right away. We're talking 4 different 4-star guys headlining this class. A running back in Joshua Herta who could be a day 1 starter, a beast on the O-line in Kyle Kendricks, another talented arm with Richard Siebert to add competition at QB, and one more explosive back in Kevin Laybourne. This is a serious injection of talent. But you know, this wasn't just about collecting stars. This was a smart, strategic class. The coaches knew what they needed and went out and got it. They're bringing in 2 huge bodies for the interior O-line, a linebacker to replace a graduating star, and a big, physical receiver in Dalvin Medlock. That's a type of player they didn't really have last year. And if you want to understand the expectations for this class, just look at this scouting report on the new running back Joshua Herta. Now, Keyshawn Owens was the heart of this offense for years, a true FIU legend, and they expect Herta to step right in and fill those massive shoes from day 1. That tells you everything you need to know. So, FIU has proven they can climb the mountain and win a championship. Now, with a solid group of veterans coming back and this infusion of top-tier young talent, the real question is, can they turn this into a dynasty? All the pieces certainly seem to be in place.